Death, Texas, and Roman Reigns retaining. Join us today as we talk about yeah, this yeah. So, sorry, let me get in the headspace. I'm still trying to process Sunday night. Welcome to the greatest podcast not only in America. Welcome to the greatest podcast not in the world. Welcome to the greatest podcast in the universe. I'm your host with the most charisma, with the most, Dezmond Pin, and you are watching Blur's Approved Entertainment, the Pin Down. So, yeah, God, I'm still trying to get over it. Not even get over it, just comprehend it. So, if you were watching WrestleMania 39 night 1 and night 2, God, let me all right, I'm just gonna do like a breakdown. So let's screw it, I'm just gonna talk about Roman Reigns beat Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania 39 night 2. I will just say, if you recall what I said last time I was on here, I said it didn't really matter to me who won because like I'm a big fan of Cody Rhodes and I'm a big fan of Roman. So to me it was like I win either way, but when I tell you, and my girlfriend, she was here right now, she could definitely vouch for it. When I was watching that match and the ref counted 1, 2, 3, and Roman's music played, God, man, like I just the look on my face, I was just like, because I was very much so okay with it. Like, I wasn't raging. Like, I know there's like this one footage of a guy who's like punching his seat and like that wasn't me. But like I remember like standing up and like having be like, man, like that really happened. Because even though I was saying it, this is my theory on myself. Even though I was saying it, I think back in my head where like, dude, Cody's gonna win. Like it makes sense for Cody's gonna win. And then when the Usos lost against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in the main event of night 1, I was like, oh, okay, it's locked in for sure. Like the whole bloodline's gonna crumble, and we'll see like how they regroup. But man, like overall, how would you guys rate the match? I feel like the match was 5 stars. Definitely, they definitely had you on the edge of your seats from beginning till end, because like they both had that entrance that said I'm winning. Like I remember watching Roman Reigns' entrance, which beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and I was like, oh wow, like this is a great entrance for the end of a historic reign. Like it's all fancy, they got the symphony, piano playing. I'm like, this is really good. Sight. Oh man. So I just want to get out of the way just so I can focus. I might still have a hard time. It's been a long day, and also I'm just still thinking of Sunday night. But let's break it down. So first match we had Austin Theory versus John Cena. Go back and watch my WrestleMania. Let's talk WrestleMania 39. I did a lot of predictions. This one I was wrong about. Does it bother me? Not really. It wasn't anything special. I think it was just a feel good match and opener, mainly just because it was John Cena's first WrestleMania since COVID era. So it was very good seeing him there. And even though maybe he didn't do exactly all these big moves, it wasn't like a 20-minute classic. It was still great to just see the 16-time champ on the biggest stage of them all. So definitely just loves it for that reason. I may not go in order because I'm having a hard time remembering what came next. So I'm just going to start going randomly. We had Becky, Trish, and Lita versus Damage Control. I actually really liked the match. I thought it was fun. I did think that Damage Control was going to win, and then we would see like Trish turn on Lita and Becky. But I still enjoyed it. I still thought it was pretty good. Let's see, Brock versus Omos. Brock Lesnar won. I will say I think the match was much more engaging than a lot of people thought it was going to be, especially when Brock hit that first German suplex and then he put him up for the F5. That was good. Definitely, I feel like it did the job. It was very entertaining. Moving on to, let's see. I'm trying to say like the really, really big and cool matches for last. The men's tag. Loved it. Completely loved it. I kind of dislike a bunch of tag action. I'm a big fan of matches with 8 people in it, like War Games. When they did Elimination Chamber tag back in 2015, big fan of that. So I kind of knew I was going to like it. Really great. Really enjoyed it. When Angelo Dawkins countered Braun Strowman's, train and just knocked him down, man, when I tell you I got hyped. And then if you follow his Instagram, he's always doing the J. Cole Dreamville song Stick. I was like, oh man, he needs to make an edit to that. That was absolutely perfect. Street Profits got the win. Can't really complain. I kind of saw it coming a little bit just because I saw it coming just because they had Ricochet and Braun winning a lot. So I was like, I'll be very surprised if they win at WrestleMania 2. Or if they do, I'm expecting a heel turn for Street Profits. There's going to be a lot of heel turns. I was expecting like a new era of characters to be pushed in, but that wasn't the case. But at the same time, it doesn't bother me. I'm not truly too affected with it. Speaking of the 8-man tag match, let's talk about the 8-women tag match. I thought it was good. I kind of thought it was like a good pace. I kind of just like seeing people get involved in WrestleMania one way or another. So I try not to shit too much on the match. I will say this, and hopefully it doesn't. If we're ranking the matches, I would probably more so put it kind of around the bottom, kind of around there with Brock and Omos. Just because like it wasn't anything too special, And at first, like they kind of made it sound like it was going to be a qualifier for who gets in the tag match. But if you saw Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, they did a qualifying tag match. So I was like, oh, well, like I guess Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler winning doesn't mean anything. So yeah, we'll do Asuka versus Bianca Belair. Love the match. Bianca Belair went with Dream Heat at WrestleMania. I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for both women, but I was rooting slightly for Asuka. Again, go back and watch my WrestleMania video because I just thought it was time. I thought it was perfect, and I didn't want to see like a character like that kind of gets wasted and like potentially not be used anymore correctly. But I can't complain. The match was good. Love Bianca Belair. The only thing I'm now wondering is who is going to dethrone her. I know they kind of tease Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, but if I'm gonna keep it a buck, I don't want another title unification. I kind of want them to get the World Heavyweight title off of Roman. Sorry, the WWE title off of Roman. Have them keep the Universal still at 900 plus days. I kind of wanted them to split the tag titles back, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna sit here and bitch and moan about it too much. Edge versus Finn Balor. Match was good. Definitely love the entrance. Edge's heavy metal bruise style entrance and Finn Balor's entrance where he had like the purple smoke makers. That was cool. It was weird seeing him in it because like last time he didn't have like the big beard or anything. So I remember just being like, is that Finn? I was like, oh no, like yeah, he has a beard, like he looks different. So yeah. Then he went back to underwear instead of to short tights instead of the long tights. So that was I was like, oh cool. But it just felt weird. It's been so long. The match was pretty solid. When Finn got busted open, I kind of feel like it took away from the match when they had all the medical personnel go in there and check on them. I understand, like, the lives of the WWE superstars are more important than the matches. 100% on board with that. I do still just feel like it took away a little bit from the match to have them go in and kind of like stop it for that little point. You could kind of see Edge wasn't really sure like what to do. He was trying like to, you know, take up time and kind of ignore it, but they still went out and killed it. I do just think that kind of stopped their momentum. The match didn't go as long as I thought it was going to be. I definitely thought the Judgment Day was going to intervene, at least Damian Priest or Dominic Mysterio. Then you have Ray and maybe like somebody like AJ Styles coming in, like even in the odds. But no complaints, still pretty good. Next, we'll go to Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio. Dominic's a year ago, I never thought I would think Dominic Mysterio was cool, but I remember being on my couch. I was like, this is pretty cool. Like, this is pretty nice. Like, he's a cool guy. Like, that was probably one of the best entrances. I'll probably say like top 2, top 3. When he was Mans was in the back of the van. He came out. He had the Rey Mysterio mask on, had the handcuffs, got escorted to the ring. That was cool. Rey Mysterio had a good entrance with Snoop Dogg, Low Rider paying tribute to Eddie, and they just had a good match. That was probably that was my second. That was my second favorite match of the night. But it was just so good, like kind of like what a lot of people have been saying. It had a very old school wrestling build up storyline wise, and it was really good to see Rey Mysterio get the W. Dominic could have got the W. I still would have been okay with it, but it was kind of good for like the dad to finally whoop his son's ass. It was very nice to kind of get that happy ending. And then now we're going to Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley, and oh my god. So when I tell you I wasn't sure like what to expect from this match, because they've definitely, they fought quite a bit number of times. First time was WrestleMania back in COVID. And then all the other times I think was 2021. I think they had like a dream series of matches. Charlotte ended up winning. And then she eventually dropped the title to Ronda Rousey like the next year. But I was like, it's going to be a good match. But, kind of like this wasn't expecting anything insane. But when I tell you, they had to have taken it to heart that they were not going to be the main event, because they went out and did the damn thing. That match was so good. It's even had you like on the edge of the seat. Like, we all kind of was like, it makes sense for Rhea to win. Like, Rhea's going to win. But there were times where I was like, maybe not. Like, maybe Charlotte might win. But that match was so good. Oh my god, so good. It was my favorite match of the night, along with the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So when I tell you that if this match wasn't on the card, Charlotte and I'm trying to hold on, let me think about that a little bit. So it's hard because both matches definitely deserve to main event, but I'm kind of with what Triple H said at the press conference. Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens definitely had like such a great story that it made sense for them to go on. I would have been okay with either way, because both people tore down the house. Both people had the crowd going electric. So I would have been okay, but yeah, that's all I'm going to say on it. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Usos, hell of a match. Tore down the house. There were so many times where I was like, please tell me the Usos aren't going to win, or please tell me. But then when Sami was about to hit him with that third one, and then Jimmy came in, Kevin came in the ring, boom, stunner. I was like, it's a wrap, bro. Like, please, God, please. No swerves. And you know what, that dirt haluva kick, 1, 2, 3, that's a great ending. To quote BDE, you love to see it. You love to see it. It was such a good match. No complaints on my end. Loved it. I'm trying to think of the matches I haven't covered. I guess we're going to cover Miz versus Shane, Miz versus God, Pat McAfee. Sorry, and Miz versus Snoop Dogg. Entertaining matches. Pat McAfee still got it. Sad that Shane McMahon tore his quad. Like father, like son. I saw that. I saw someone post that. That made me laugh. Also, props to Snoop Dogg for just rolling with the punches, and even after Shane man got injured, he boom hit him another one to hit him with. Bro, that elbow drop hurt. You can't tell me that elbow drop for Snoop didn't hurt. He just put his whole weight on this, like this. I was like, oh man, he like about to jump, and then when he jumped, it was like a mixture of like a elbow drop and a frog flash. But loved it. I thought Miz did great as a host. Kind of sad we didn't get Miz and LA Knight or even Miz and Bobby, but you still love it. Love to see it. I feel like I'm gonna be saying that a lot. You love to see it. I'm trying to think of any more matches I have now. Oh, Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. You see this look on my face? Yes. How did I almost forget? I would have been mad as hell if I ended this broadcast and did not talk about that. Three meaty men slapping meat, bro. Like this. Oh, like I'm gonna look weird. Please don't do any memes or anything about that moment. But that match was so good. Gunther retained. And I wanted Sheamus to win, but you can't even be mad at it, fam. You really can't even be mad at it because how he did it in such a dominant fashion, like top rope splash, put him in for powerbomb Drew onto Sheamus, pin Drew, or did he pin Sheamus? He pinned somebody and won the match. This is so good. So now I'm kind of wanting to see like what's next for Gunther. Who's going to take him out? Because nobody I can really think of who can take on Gunther. Like maybe you can run Gunther versus Sheamus back again, but I kind of feel like we need to get off the Gunther and Drew McIntyre. I kind of feel like seeing either of them in a singles match with Gunther, kind of just maybe Drew, but just like a one-off. Maybe like give it to us on the SmackDown after WrestleMania. But as for like a pay-per-view, I don't want to see that. If I'm just being honest. I think that's all the matches. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Definitely swerved me. Like I said, I really thought that Cody was going to win. But I wrote an article about this. I feel like when it comes to finish the story, what a lot of us forget is that the story isn't always up to us. And we kind of forget how, like, when it comes to wrestling, they make such relatable stories, especially like the big ones. Like, think about all the times where you went to do something you never done before and you just fell flat on your ass. Like, you just lost, you were embarrassed, kind of went, in the shower, in bed, cried. And then the next time you get on that stage, on that level, you knock it out the park and win. So I kind of feel like this isn't the end of Cody. I'm not saying that we're going to get Cody beating him on Backlash, but I can see SummerSlam or maybe even next year's WrestleMania. If it's not Cody, then I feel like there's only two people who can do it. Jey Uso and Seth Rollins. If it's not them, there's really nobody else I want to see. If it's not those three people, if it's not Cody, and if it's not Jay, and if it's not Seth Rollins, not trying to be mean, but like I don't want Jay White coming in and beating Roman, or even like somebody jumping ship from AEW or wherever and coming in. I don't care. CM Punk could come in WWE tomorrow, and I wouldn't want to see him beat Roman at all. I don't care what people say. If we're talking story and like perfect ending to such a historic reign like Roman, it has to be Cody, Jey Uso, or Seth Rollins. Maybe you can build a storyline and get somebody, but as of right now, there's nobody I can see who's like kind of ready to rumble in a storyline with the tribal chief. So with that being said, I acknowledge Roman Reigns as my tribal chief, still the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. And that concludes this broadcast. Thank you guys for watching my broadcast. Thank you for listening to it. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Go and check out everybody else's content. They make some great content. It's not all wrestling, but at the same time, still give it a look. You might find something you like. Go to the comment section, leave out your thoughts. Hopefully I didn't miss a match, but if I did, tell me, and I'll probably come back in here and talk about it real quick, or make a post on my TikTok or on the Blurred Approved website. But thank you guys so much for just being a part of what I do. It definitely makes it very easy to come in here and just talk about wrestling to you guys, hoping I can build a big fan base and we can do bigger and bigger stuff in the future. But for right now, I'm grateful for the camera right here, me having this mic right here and just talking with you guys. And definitely we'll talk to you. I'm sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you and Godspeed.